is Elevation Radio.
God bless you. This is Elevation Radio 1, and I'm your host, Steve, Music Man Turner. And with us, this is the program that spotlights positive people doing positive work while serving a positive God whose name is Jesus, and that's it, baby. Ain't nothing else. All the little G guys don't matter. Listen, you tuned correctly. This is Elevation Radio 1, and our subject matter today is, oh my goodness, the Poly Party. I said it, the Poly Party. P-O-Y. Party. Yeah. And the subject matter is, who is Mr. Willie World Famous Fields? And so as we get started, let me go here into a little bit of history, Ancestry.com, in the annals of time. There is positively absolutely no high school greater than the Baltimore Polytechnic Institute. Located in Road. They have produced more leaders, more engineers, more scientists, more business owners, more football champions and sports figures and icons and musicians like my guest, the great world famous Willie Fields. Yes, he's a Poly Grad. So what I was trying to say is proving once again the intellectual, physical, community prowess which befits Poly Grads. Yeah, feels good. If you didn't know, now you know. That's important. Oh my goodness! And so we despise the dark cellar dwellers, also known as city knights. Just the mention of their names leaves a foul and bitter taste in our mouths. Let's return to the genius, which is Poly. So before we get started, let me go to the most beautiful part of the program. We're going to have some fun today, and that is the Queen, the First Lady, lovely Lady Leora Turner, reading from, I believe it's from Romans 13:1. Read on, my beautiful Queen.
Yes. Let every soul be subject unto the higher powers, for there is no power but of God. The powers that are ordained of God.
Mm-hmm. So, you just the higher powers. Is that what you just said?
Yes.
Yeah. And so, what she's talking about theologically is the higher power of God. And we bow to God's grace and power. But on the earth, especially in the northeast region, the Mason-Dixon line, there ain't no power on earth greater in high school land than POLY, baby. Poly. Yeah. Ultimate champions, domination in football, sports, academia. There is nothing greater than a Poly Grad. And so I'm talking to one of our great legendary icons. I mean, we've got so many I can keep track of them. Oh, my goodness. But today we're focusing on the great Mr. Willie, world famous Fields. How you doing, sir?
All right. Doing wonderful. That's such a wonderful introduction. I don't know what I can say after that. My goodness.
Just say you graduated from what school? What school did you graduate from, sir?
Poly. For sure.
There you go.
For sure.
All righty. And the backdrop on this is that the Poly City rivalry is the oldest American football rivalry in Maryland and in the U.S. It's the oldest public school rivalry in the U.S. It started in 1889.
Wow.
Did you know that?
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I welcome all Poly Grads to this line at 1914-205-5353, 1914-205-5353, as we elevate everything that is Poly. No city knights are allowed to call in this show. And that includes you, John Gregory Graham, which I found out is a city graduate. That's why we don't like each other. He's the enemy. So tell us, who is Willie Fields?
Yeah. Well, speaking of Poly, I graduated in Poly in 1982, so we're coming up on our 40-year anniversary in 2022, which is like unbelievable. I'm grateful that God has allowed me to be on this planet this long. And while I was at Poly, I really didn't play music. It's quite interesting. I played 3 sports at Poly. I played football, baseball, and basketball. I played basketball just in my JV year, but played football and baseball through my senior years, and trained to be a professional athlete. I got caught in the politics and discrimination in baseball and never made it. I was one of the top players in the country. In fact, leaving Poly, I was rated as in the top 1% of athletes in the entire country coming from Poly. Went on to college in West Virginia, University of Charleston, where I missed the Olympics by 4 players as a baseball player, and the coach and I didn't see eye to eye, and he decided that, he said, if I left college, I'd never sign to play professional baseball. So that's a big start from where this actually started, and I had 18 years in the military as an officer. I traveled to Germany and various places around the country. I also worked in politics for 24 years with the county executive. He was a councilman at first and then became the county executive, and he passed away a couple of years ago, which was Kevin Kamenetz. And I got into music. Probably around 1994. 1994 is actually when I started playing. And Minister Steve and I ended up in a piano competition, 1998 at Mars.
You won't let that go, will you?
Where he took first. Hey, you took first. Hey, man, that was wonderful. And I took second, and we both won money prizes. We both won equipment. I won a drum machine and a sound module, and you won a piano. So we go back
that was
20 years.
That was Mars Music on Route 40.
Yes.
That's where it was.
On Route 40. When I was in the military and I started getting really sick in the reserves, and I was praying one day, and I said, God, you're giving me all this talent and ability. I said, if I don't have health, what can I do? And I thought about everything. I said, well, Jesus was a carpenter, and so the question came back, well, what do you want? So what I wanted was to play music at the age of 30. And it was that point that things changed, because I sought out to go play wherever I could play on instruments, and mainly keyboards and pianos. And that escalated from me buying a piano or a keyboard about a year later, because I never considered myself a musician, and the rest is history. So I have 5 CDs that I have out now, and I'm working on several now to put out. And I've played in various places around the world, as well as playing in this country. I've been to LA at least 5 times. I've played Washington State. I've been to Florida. I've been to Nashville. I was in Nashville last year. So I've just sought out to go and play around the country and around the world with what I do. I do original music and jazz, rock, country, Latin, easy listening, and I haven't done gospel yet, but I will be doing that too. So that's where we are today.
Sure.
My latest project will be Nights Over Rio, where my daughter, who's an artist, who did the artwork on the CD cover, so I'll be releasing that sometime probably later October.
What's her name?
Her name is Gabrielle Jones Fields.
Yeah, I thought she was my daughter. I'm claiming her, sir. We gotta go to maternity court, sir. Because she's a genius and world famous, and she's my daughter. Anyway, let me go into, because some people are saying listening to this program, and I thought we would have more Poly folks calling in. Where are you, Dr. Stephen Bennett? You said you'd be calling in, and also Jerry Royce, graduate of Poly, who does the Jerry Royce Live and the PositivePower21.org, which our program is on their network. Another Poly grad, just a genius of Poly. Let me see here. You say you do original music. Let me see what we have here. Hold on a second. Wow. was the name of that title of that song, sir?
That was called Cool Lovers in Sorrow. Written
Wait a minute now.
in 2000.
Cool Lovers and Sorrow.
And sorrow, yeah. The song was about how you go through the middle part of your relationship. Hey, everything's great first when you meet, but then you get into the middle part, and things just start not working the way they want to work. But if you listen a little bit more, it says every night I pray to God to help me out with this problem. So it's one of those things that when folks get to know each other and they really, as you say, let their hair down and really know who each other are, potentially it can be problems.
Okay. Well, sort of like it sounds like the sorrow that city knights do when they get beat by the poly engineers over and over and over and over again every year. Can you imagine?
How can they do that?
The disparity, the ambiguity of just getting beat down. Let me see here. There was a guy named Harry Lawrence that kicked the field goal in that helped Poly to win in 1934 as here. And later this guy became a traitor and actually went and became a head coach at City. And that's the only time they started winning. So now we know why these Dark Knight tin can wearing chunka lunka. I asked John Gregory Graham, who's a City graduate, the only person who was bold enough to raise his head and say he admitted that he was a City graduate. I said, have you met a metal detector that you never liked? You didn't like? Darn City tin can wearing. Anyway, can't stand them. It says that Bob Lansdowne in the 1950s, which the stadium is named after, I guess, became a Poly head coach and totally dominated City from that time, from the 1970s to the 1990s, and won 17 straight games. Which means, why you even show up to the game? Why you come to the stadium? Why you even put your uniform on? You can't win a game. You might just go sell popcorn in the stands. Ain't nobody on the field playing nothing. Oh my God! It's like now they have a situation where they have you can pay money now at the Ravens Stadium and have a cardboard cutout of yourself at the stadium because you can't go in there because of coronavirus 19. So now you can just Poly City can just have City cut out of City players on the field, just get run over.
Oh no!
The same result. Total domination. Let me say it again.
Yeah.
Let me say it again. Total domination. I don't know. But the enemy, and we say the enemy, which is City High School, is located at 32 Alameda. It's known as a castle on the hill. Ugh. It started in 1839. It's the third oldest high school in the U.S., as we said. Now, we didn't start great BPI. Poly didn't start to 1883. So they had 44 years in advance on us, and they still can't beat us. Still slogging behind in the swamplands, still trying to slog around. That's how they look on the football field. And basketball ain't no better. Matter of fact, it says BPI here is the Educational Academic Institute. Where the geniuses live. Yeah. It's BPI, baby, all the time. Matter of fact, let me ask my wife here. Queen, what high school did you go to?
Evander Child.
What is that? I mean, where is that? I'm sorry.
It's in the Bronx, New York.
Oh, the gangsters, New York. Okay, gotcha. So you never went to Poly?
I never went to school in Baltimore.
Okay. Well, you're married to me, so you're okay. So you might as well be poly.
Okay.
And the two shall become one. Together. Thank God. I'll tell you. And we dominate. Poly, that is, dominates in science, mathematics, technology, engineering, and now music. I mean, really, we could just put a big X on the castle on the hill. Can you imagine? You ride by and just get a red X on it.
Well, you know, there's another guy that was at Poly that had some really great success with the Basement Boys, Neil Conway, and he's a Poly grad.
Matter of fact, I don't really want to go here with the greatness of Poly, but let me, since you said it, we have the notable Poly grads are. We should get a drum roll. Hey. Okay. H.L. Mencken, the great author and artist. Let me see. Mark, I can't make out the last name. Mark Engio, artist. J. Deal, the Hollywood composer, who works with T.I. and Janet Jackson. And like you said, sir, Neil Conway, the producer of Gypsy Woman. Uh-huh.
Yep.
And he also wrote a song for T.I. called Why You Wanna. Yeah. Edward Wilson, author of the spy novels. Tay Nashe Connors, or Coates, writer. Dashe, I can't even make that name out. Honnett, writer. The list is endless, even judges and business people. Former chairman of the Black & Decker, Alonzo Decker. Graduate of Poly, Reverend Joseph Allen Paneska, Dean of Boston College. Also, locally here in this city, Judge Alfred Brennan, Attorney William Billy Murphy, former judge, and Clarence Mitchell IV. Even Delegate, the 7th District Councilman Nick Mosby. All were Poly grads. So when you think about the superiority and the complexity and the authenticity of the intersectionalness of genes, you have to think of only one, and that's BPI, baby, Poly, all the way. Matter of fact, who's that?
Good. I was just going to say, I was going to add to that list, there's another guy, his name is Mark Johnson. He produced some MTV series up in New York.
Oh.
Matter of fact, I played football with Mark Johnson. He did something. He produced some TV series up with MTV. So, he's another guy.
So when you just think of when I was looking at Wikipedia, I saw that they had, a blurb for City College. I mean, really was like a mistake, but anyway, it's a blurb there for them, and they had notables. But their list was like a bunch of no names and just like a short abbreviated list, like a blur, nothing. But when you got to Poly, Wikipedia, okay, the from King movies, just dropping it on the ground. It's going to go endlessly. So the superiority, the intellectual capacity, the awesome dynamics, which is everything Poly, it's just an endless roll of success. That's all we have here. Nothing but success. Listen, if you want your child to be successful, don't put them in any other school but Baltimore Polytechnic Institute at 1400 East Cold Spring Lane. And listen, if they say, like I discovered, now it's you confession time, which has some music. I discovered, see, this is a true story. My daughter's mother was trying to get back at me. Okay, so you know what she did, Willie?
Yes, what you do?
She sent my precious daughter, my only child, my sugar plum, sent her to City High School. And when I found out about it,
no.
I hit the roof. And I said,
Oh, God.
"How
Oh,
dare
God.
you? This is infidel." And so, let me tell you a story. It's true confession time. Let me tell you a story here. She called me one day and said, "You had to go over to school because your daughter's acting crazy, and she needs her father to talk to her." So I was working for MOED, mayor's office, and I went over there to the dark castle. What the hell? Even just talking about it now is just dramatic.
Oh, no.
Oh my God, I feel nauseated. Anyway, so I went there, and I stepped into the office, the doorway, and they were busy doing work in the administrative section, and I stood there and I said, "I cannot believe that my sacred feet are upon the dirty, despicable grounds which is City High School." And they,
Oh,
and
no.
they turned around and said, all like as one, and they grimaced their eyes and they sucked their teeth and they start hissing like the serpents they are, and they said, "You must be a Poly Grad." And I said, "Yes, I am from the excellency of Poly." so, and I cannot believe that I'm here, befuddling myself with this buffoonery. Start talking King James. And so I'm here to see my daughter. So they told me where she was. I came back. When I came back, this is how dirty and low down these nights are. Sinister. Here's what they did, Willie. I said, I need to get my, here's the pass. I need to get my keys so I can get my car and get out of here, of this dirty, stinking cesspool of a swampland, which is City High School.
Oh, no.
And they said,
Oh,
"Well,
no.
Mr. Turner, what we're trying to do is we made a mistake. You parked your car in the spot and somebody didn't recognize who you were, and they accidentally towed your vehicle, and we're busily trying to get it back now from the tow company." I said, "Do you know how much trouble you are in?" I worked for the mayor's office right there at the time, and I need to get back to work, to the office. And because of your incompetence, this is what's going on now. You better get my car back here if you know what's good for you. So they said, "Oh, that's okay. Calm down. We're trying to work on it now. Wait. Psych." I said, "Oh, okay. That's how you're gonna do." That's how low city nights are. Let's take a moment of prayer right now. Leora, can you pray for City High School? I pray against them, actually. Pray against them. Can you pray against them, please? Is Mom there? Leora?
I'm here.
Okay. Can you pray against City High School?
Yes.
No.
God, we thank you.
No, I'm kidding.
Oh.
Please do.
Oh, my God.
We just say prayers
only
against
good stuff.
Yeah, only good stuff. Okay. So, Willie, name some famous people you play with.
Well, it's kind of funny because I mostly played alone, but, I played where people were. So I was in Cannes, France. There were some folks that were there that there's a sax player. I didn't play with him, and I think he's out of Atlanta. When I was in France, and his name escapes me now because it's been a few years. But my travels have been a lot, on the smaller circuits, and then some of them were larger. But some of the top acts weren't there. In fact, here's a funny story. I was supposed to play with Tom Scott. I don't know if you know who this guy is. He's a 12-time Grammy winner in Hawaii. And so we were supposed to play on Saturday. I got to Hawaii on Friday, and Tom Scott changed the show date, and so I didn't get a chance to play with him. So That's pretty amazing. You know,
Well,
his loss.
here's how you tell the story. Well, you were going to play with a 12-time Grammy-winning Tom Scott, but then he realized that he was up against Willie World Famous Fields, and he chickened out.
He chickened out. There you go. Look, needless to say, the NSA people, the TSA people, I say NSA, the TSA people opened up my piano case and didn't close it properly. So when I got to Hawaii, the piano was wet, and they never paid for the piano. They didn't pay for it. So I don't know. There was other things at work at that day that I wasn't supposed to play with Tom Scott. So I don't know how that happened, but I don't actually travel with my piano like that anymore. I mean, I have what's called a flight case, and these guys did not know how to even close it. They opened it up and didn't know how to close it, and I said, I'm not going to put my money out there like that. It cost me about $300 to ship it one way. So, but for artists that travel and know about this, they know exactly what I'm talking about.
I'll tell you, the TSA must have been city graduates.
It might have been.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously, they couldn't figure out how to twist and turn a lock, So, but yeah, my travels have been, mostly solo, and of course I've been to LA several times. I played in Hollywood this past November at this iconic place called the Rainbow Bar and Grill, which is down the street from two other iconic places, the Troubadour and the Roxy. So if you ever look at any documentaries about LA, they'll often mention the Troubadour. So I played there last November. Because of this COVID thing, I didn't take several trips this year. So I was scheduled to go to France, back to France in June. July I was back to Nashville. In August to Austin, Texas, and then November, which is coming up, I was supposed to be in LA. So
well, let me ask you, Willie, who books your? How do you get these gigs? Who books them for you?
Well, part of them are their conferences, and the other part is I'm doing the booking. I just took it upon myself to go and figure out what I wanted to do, and I just started moving in that direction. And of course, I met people, and one thing led to another, and then said, well, hey, when you come back here, like when I go to LA now, there's places that I play because my good buddy, who's a POLY Grad, James Mayfield, he's a comedian in LA, and
okay.
When I tell him I'm coming to LA, he sets up shows. So we play Santa Monica. I'll play in LA. I played at Chef D's restaurant one time I was there, and then I play at the 3rd Street Promenade. Playhouse Theater in Santa Monica. So it started as word of mouth, meeting folks, and then I developed a relationship with them, and next thing you know, I'm playing in those places.
Willie, when you get tired of playing and singing and traveling around the globe, you make a great artist manager.
Well, thank you. Thank you.
Yes, sir.
I'm only getting started. Man. I tell you, music has been very soothing to me because when I got sick, I was praying, and I said, God, I got to find something to do at home in the event I can't work, and it was music, and it's certainly been comforting and soothing to me, and now it's turned into something else because I really had no idea or had no plans to actually go out and play music in front of people. It was just something I was doing at home, and then after I got, starting to get good at it, I said, well, I could turn this into a business, and, I could sing, and I could do these different things, so it has escalated to this other place.
That's the entrepreneurship, which is automatically endowed upon all those who don the orange and blue of Poly.
Exactly.
Winners. That's what we are. Yes, yes, indeed. My wife is like the queen is probably saying, "Oh my goodness, I married a hero." Yes, sweetheart, you have. For I am a Poly Grad.
Yes,
and so,
you are.
yes, and now she's looking at me very lovingly. and she wants to kiss. She wants to. I think she wants to kiss me, but we're on air, sweetheart. You cannot do that now. Wait till after the show. I'm interviewing the great Willie Fields. Thank you. Try to control yourself, please. So it's not that poly poly aroma. It just breeds success. Yeah, and so I had to compete against Willie Fields at the Mars Music Showcase. When I saw you, I said because I scoped you out while you were walking around the store, and I saw that you had some musical prowess because you was with the with the production side of the heavy equipment. I was like, oh my Lord! Once I realized, I said, this guy, I got to compete against this guy here. Oh my goodness, I can't beat him on that musical production side because he looks like he got that down. What can I do, Lord? I said, basically, you must beat him on showmanship, and that's exactly what I did. I put together a medley. I wore a I wore a 18-piece tuxedo.
You wore a tuxedo. He showed up in a tuxedo on me. My goodness.
And I did a medley.
Yes,
I did a gospel medley. I did it like had a piano tune. I did it concert style, and I ended with a couple of arpeggios. Ta-da, ta-da, ta-da. And then I got up and then I bowed. I'm gonna beat this guy one way or another. But the only top two contestants there, out of all of them, were two POLY Grads. Whoa!
POLY Grad.
The only winners. Yeah. I tell you.
Yes,
And we've maintained our friendship ever since then. Thank God.
Yep.
Yes, indeed.
That's true. Yep. Yes, it is.
Yes, indeed.
Yeah.
Let's see. Do you remember the POLY song? Polytechnic, POLY boys coffee, as we go marching on to victory. Da 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 da. We out there in beat city's team. Fight. Yeah, fight for POLY. Da 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 da. Oh boy,
that's some years ago.
I tell you, sir. Woo. I'm a graduate in 1980. 1980.
Yeah.
That's when I had hair.
I'm 1982. I still got a little bit.
I had hair and I had a six-pack in my stomach because I'm a pastor now. And let me put a disclaimer. I never drank alcohol. I never had a six-pack in my hand. In case somebody's trying to say something, I'm talking about my six-pack in my abdomen. Okay, had to make that clear. 1914-205-5353. You'd be running me down. Had no good pastor. So let me see what my wife has to say about this whole thing. What do you got to say about this whole thing, Queen? Leora? Oh, my Lord. Willie?
Yes.
Sometimes this happens where my wife is deep in. Let me go forward here. I think we've lost her. Anyway.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that happens from time to time.
Yeah.
So what new projects are you doing? New things you're going to be doing? What new tours you're going to have? What's just new?
New. Well, as of this month, I just signed on to take on the coordinator's job for the Nashville Songwriters Association chapter of Baltimore.
Whoa.
And so.
Fantastic.
So we have meetings. Thank you. We have meetings once a month about songwriting. I also took a course online with this company called Coursera with Berkeley School of Music with Pat Patterson, who's one of the top songwriters in the business. And in fact, I met him actually in LA a few years ago.
What?
And I took that course.
You're a Berkeley graduate? You're a Berkeley graduate?
I took a course. I didn't graduate from there because I didn't take the whole,
You have a certificate, don't you?
I took a song course. Yes. Yep.
And so hold on a second. Just another aspheric successful completion by a POLY grad because he has now gone on to Berkeley. He is a Berkeley student. Thank you. A certificate from Berkeley.
Yeah.
Let's say it together. Let's say it together. Let's say it together. Berkeley.
Right. Berkeley.
Yes.
Yes. So I took a course with Berkeley. But so working on the latest CD called Nights Over Rio, and that, like I said, will be completed. Also, I'm working on launching a radio station that only plays my music. So it will
that's heavy, sir.
Probably I'm gonna give it. So 24 hours of music. It's going to take me a little bit more time, but I'll play 24 hours of music, basically, and never play the same song. So roughly it'll be about 440 songs at 3 minutes a song.
Have you've written 440 songs, sir?
Not yet, but I will.
Which you on your way?
I will.
You got at least 300, right?
I'm on my way. Look, I don't sleep at night half the time because I'm writing music from late at night all the way up till early morning. So
this is another monumental scenario from a POLY grad, doing the unheard of, doing the unthinkable, doing the unconventional, doing the radical. It's only POLY, baby. POLY.
Yeah.
I tell you.
Got to think out of the box. And you have the whole world to explore. And if people choose it, I say this: we all have the same 24 hours. It's just a matter of what you decide to do with your 24 hours. Some
Say that again,
do nothing.
Say that again.
We all have the same 24 hours. It's just a matter of what you choose to do with it. God has given us an opportunity for life. We woke up today, and I say, what can I do different? How can I be better today than I was yesterday? And how can I dream further than I've ever thought? And that's where I come up with these concepts. These concepts come up. At POLY, I was actually not a tall guy, and I played football, and we won a championship, and I played defense. So I'm not the biggest guy, but it has nothing to do with how big you are. It has everything to do with where your heart is. Where your heart and soul.
This sounds like POLY philosophy. Listen, let me give a shout out to the principal of POLY, which I discovered in my travels and search, is the great Jacqueline Williams. Dr. Jacqueline Williams is the first African American principal of the Baltimore Polytechnic Institute, making history, a radical changer, an environmental changer, an educational changer. We salute you. And kudos. Yeah, we don't know who's that city, but we don't care. Anyway, again, to the great Jacqueline Williams, principal of the Baltimore Polytechnic Institute. Yeah. Winners are born, and inventors are made. And it's just the genius of POLY. Matter of fact, my friend, additionally, was given a letter to Assembly, and she didn't go. He sent his wife went there. Yeah, okay. First Lady Sims, and they sent their daughter there. Yeah, she graduated. Okay,
wow.
So I think his son is there. This is just a POLY party, baby. That's all we do. Produce winners. That's incredible. And we can't mention POLY now. We can't mention POLY, Willie, without mentioning that other school attached to POLY on the same grounds, the School of Distraction, which is called Western High School. Good God Almighty.
Oh, man.
I don't know why they put it there. And it was there since 1844. It's the oldest public school for all girls. And you see where we're going with it now. They caused us much distraction and discomfort and fail grades because they were too many of them. I had to pray, dear God, help me, Jesus. Especially in the, they had something here called Spring Revelry, which they came out into the quad. That's how you know you really went to Poly. You know about the quad. And
the quad.
Yeah, the quad. And they came out and they distracted us by making all that noise, pom-poms, cheering. It's like a college game kind of thing. And we're trying to study and do what we need to do. And we're young teenage boys running to the window, looking at the teenage girls. The teacher saying, "Get back in the chair. Go back to your studies." You can. Look at Well, hold on a second. I had a moment. Well before I was married. And that's a distant memory. So, you want to help me out? 1-914-205-5353. Save her, brother. So they said, Willie. You see, all I'm saying.
Help me.
You seen what's that movie? The Raisin in the Sun, where he's Portier is crying out for Willie because he stole his money.
Yeah. Yep.
Hold a second. Let me see it. There's got to be a gavel around here somewhere. This program is out of order. Back in order. Okay. I wonder if my wife has returned now. Leora?
Okay.
Oh. Second. I'm trying to maintain a measure of decorum here. Hold on a second, brother. Let me go and see. Will I keep talking? Let me go see where she has fallen.
Certainly.
All right.
We were talking about Poly a little bit. I have a friend that graduated from Poly. She has 2 kids, and she has 3 kids. All of her kids went to Poly. Talking about a great tradition. So the endeavors I have in music are, like I said, jazz, rock, country, Latin. I did do a song with a drummer who has a drum contract with a company in Brazil, and my song made it over to Brazil.
Willie.
Yep.
Willie. It is. Hold a second.
I'm back.
You back? All right, she's back.
I'm sorry.
Hold a second.
I'm back. Oh my God. Oh my goodness.
Oh boy.
Oh my goodness.
I can't stop laughing.
Oh
Willie.
my God.
Willie.
Uh-oh.
Willie.
What happened?
It is exactly as I said.
Oh
my gosh.
She was in coma land, man.
Uh-oh. Hey, she was where I was at yesterday at about 7:30.
I'm trying to run a respectable radio program. She falling asleep.
Oh well.
Hold on a second. I need to put an ad out for a new co-host. Hold on a second. 'Cause I can't take this anymore. Fourth time is that 1-914-205. All that money I'm paying you. 1-914-205-5353. Text in the mail. Got all kinds of money orders flying around town. Buying her furniture and buying her computers and workstation. She falls asleep. Oh, Lord, have mercy.
Oh, boy.
Let me see here. I got tears in my eyes, Willie. Let me Let me play a song here from since we're talking about two poly grads. There's another poly grad here. His name is Lamar. Let me give you a little sample of what he's done. What if you like this? Okay.
Okay, good.
Rich man, we got to serve and worship some God.
Yeah. What about Muhammad?
Nah. What about the Pope?
Pope?
I'm sorry. Sun Young Moon. How about him?
Sun Young Moon.
Listen, there's so many guys. I don't know who to serve and worship.
What about Jesus? Yeah, what about Jesus?
Oh yeah. Come on, clap your hands. Yeah, Lord, keep my hands that I might serve and worship you. Everybody say, Lord, keep my hands that I might serve and worship you. Oh, Lord, keep my hands, yes sir, that I might serve.
All right, that's a sample there.
All right. Nice.
That's from the artist Lamar, which is someone that I'm very familiar with, who's also a poly grad. Is there a sound effect here? Oh my god! Oh my god! Hold on a second.
Huh?
Oh my goodness.
Oh my God! Oh my God! Oh my goodness! Oh my God!
Oh my goodness.
I've never had this situation in my entire broadcasting history. Oh my
goodness.
I said it would be a comedy feature. I know it would be a comedy show. Good God Almighty, what is wrong? I mean, what have I done? I bought your furniture. I bought your clothes. I bought your groceries. I mean, I got your new furniture done. What is wrong? What is wrong? Why are you your husband? Why are you taking down like this? My ratings are going down the cellar. What have I ever done to you? I want to know. I thought you loved me. Can you embarrass me from Willie Fields? Oh, Lord. I need a new co-host. If anyone can stay awake and wants to be my co-host, give me your audition tape at elevationradio1@gmail.com. I'm going to fire you. That's what I'm going to do. And that's 1-914-205-5353. In her defense, she's under heavy medication.
No, I'm not.
all that love I gave her. Knock the woman out, man.
Oh boy.
This program is all shit. So sorry. I can't apologize, Willie.
I apologize.
That's all right.
Like Willie, every time you see her from now on out, you just remind her, just put your hands on the side and hold them together, just focus. Start calling you Lady Z.
Lady Z.
Oh God.
Oh God. Oh
my goodness.
See, Willie, I'm sorry. I want to put all our business on the street. This is what you get. I got her a big Roku TV, so she's watching all these movies. She watches them like 4 or 5 o'clock in the morning. And I can't stay awake.
Can't stay awake. Hey, that's all right. That's all right.
You're God in heaven. Oh my God, what is going on? Well, we can't. First of all, we can't have this much fun on radio and a Christian program. It's sacrilege. It's sacrilege. You can't do it. Whatnot. Oh my God, Willie, I profusely apologize on behalf of Elevation Radio 1 and my household for my wife's behavior. And you think she is a high school graduate. So I don't know what's going on. Jesus, man, I tell you.
Hey, it's all right. It's all right.
Thank you.
It's certainly all right.
You want to give a shout out? Well, hopefully still waiting for that.
Give a shout out.
Help somebody.
Help somebody. Hey, we want to shout out to all the listeners. Thank you guys for all showing up. And, Minister Steve has been doing some great work here. We certainly appreciate him, with Poly and City. Hey, we always make these jokes, but we're grateful that we all had a chance to go to high school and some to college and go on to do some wonderful things in the world, because it's certainly tough out here today with things the way they're going and us, losing people with COVID and just losing them in general. So I'm grateful, and I just wanted to say God bless us all. Poly City, any high school you've gone to, just God bless us all.
Well, that's very commendable, sir. I will say, and you sound like a pastor, actually. I will say that that in totality, Poly leads in the city Poly games 61 wins to 54 losses and 6 ties. So, and according to TrueSerumTopics.com, Poly is and forever will be number one. Number one. Let me do it again. Number one.
Number one. I think I go deeper. Number one.
Yeah. Yeah. And I had the chance to I was one of the first graduating class of the Downtown Partnerships, the public safety guides, and I had them as my account on one of my when I worked for Washington Uniform as a sales rep, and I went back to them and I said I used to work here, and I began to sing in the first interview, and that's how the whole thing got started. So I ended up playing for them down the Sounds of Downtown, and so I played for the lighting of the Washington Monument. And guess who guess choir was? It was cold as crap out there. But guess who the choir was that was singing?
Who?
City College.
Oh.
And I was very frustrated. I was perturbed. And so they had a keyboard out there and all that, so I had to play them. I was not happy. And so I thought in my mind, I said, I'm gonna throw them off. I'm gonna hit some bad chords. I'm gonna pretend like I don't know how to play. But then I had to adjust because Channel 11 WBAL had a camera there, and they started focusing on my hands, right? So I'm like, well, I can't do that. That thought is out the window. So I had to give it my all. So they probably thought I was supporting them. I was not.
Yeah.
Arr.
Yeah.
And so, but let it be known that they sounded good because a Poly graduate played for them. And that's the only way they sound good. Yeah. They never knew that. Yeah. Perfect niggle, I tell you. Listen, if you let me do a commercial break here. So we got a few minutes left. Very few. If you want the best in programming in terms of spotlighting folks who don't normally get spotlighted, they deserve it, but the unknown. and the underappreciated and overlooked, tell me to send me their bio and picture at Elevation Radio 1, Elevation Radio, the number 1 at gmail.com, and we'll look it over and we'll go from there. If you want to know more about how to get on this program, be a sponsor, we love you. www.elevationradio1.info, and that's beautiful. If you'd like to know about getting another one of the POLY Grads to play for you, for your service, worship services, special community events, things of that matter, go to www.unlimitedpraise.us. Unlimitedpraise.us. I think I hear that special effect again. No. Yeah, do a shout out, Willie. Let me go ahead and handle this business. Hold on a second.
Yeah.
Hold on a second. You go ahead and shout out.
And if you want to get a hold of me, you can get a hold of me on Facebook at Willie Fields. Also, my website is taymusic.com, and that's tay-music.com on my website. We had the special effects going, so I had to get that out pretty quickly. So it's tay-music.com. And to reach me on Facebook, it's under Willie Fields.
Thank you, sir. Next week we will have my God, we will have the Democratic mayoral candidate for mayor. I hope he's not in this program today. That is Brandon Scott. Will be here next Saturday, God willing, at 5:30. And I may need a new rotation of co-hosts because I can't have this. And so. I have a future, Jeremiah. So, anyway, if you would like to be a co-host on this program, you can give me a call. Call me immediately at 1-410-302-2737. 1-410-302-2737. Help me, please. See, I need help like that. This is the Music Man, and so Willie, what do you do with this situation? I can't fire her because you're my wife. Float on. Hey, my name is Music Man, and I need a new co-host. If you know what to do, you can call me.
My name is Willie. Float on.
I do have an email number for Music Man something. I don't know. I forgot. Music Man 80. Yes, it's Music Man 88 at Elevation Radio. I can't remember. All of that. Music Man 88.
Oh my.
Music Man 88 at gmail.com. Somebody help me. Send me some help, please. The Bible says, "Send help from the sanctuary." I need help. You said I need help. I have trained and worked with her. I don't understand.
What things happen?
Yeah, but all the time.
Things happen.
Willie, all the time.
Oh boy. I know I'm gonna get some laughs when I talk to some folks who listen to this program, man. They're gonna be laughing. It's all good, though. It's all good. It's all good.
I have lost the whole program, man. I was like, total control. I could reach out. That's funny.
Oh man, we got to do a replay on this one, man, just to hear it.
Dagnabbit. It's like started off so well too. Maybe like a Scooby.
Yes, it did.
With a Scooby-Doo thing, I would have made it in one of those pesky kids.
Let me make sure I got my information out correctly. So it's Willie Fields on Facebook. My website is tay-music.com, and you can check out the video performances and sign up to be a part of what's going on through my website. And my email is wfields, WFIELDS, 2810 @gmail.com. So if you guys want to reach out to me, certainly you can. And this has certainly been fun. Working with Pastor Steve here and the First Lady. And hey,
Don't mention her name, please.
Float on.
Oh, mercy. Man. I humbly apologize to all listeners who are listening to this program because, you know, if you've listened to it before since April of 2018, that you know that I'm a consummate professional, a professional broadcaster, a journalist, a pastor, and a unpaid comedian. So I'm mortified right now. I don't know what to say. But anyway, let's go back to this has been a great scenario of talking to a poly giant and all about the greatness of Polytechnic Institute. Again, if you want to send your child to one of the greatest schools on the planet and the northeastern region, it can only be, it has to be, dagnabbit, it's got to be POLY, Poly. And a shout out to the newspaper out there, which is called the Poly Press. The Poly Press.
Yep.
That's for the future H.L. Menckens out there, yeah. And that's important. I'm just trying to remember. Oh, shout out to the memory of Huggy Wall. That's another great coach. He also was a science teacher. He wore two hats. Yeah. You remember, don't you? He had that military haircut.
Yeah.
He was no joke. He let me know quickly.
Yeah.
You will do what I tell you to do, sir, at all times. I was like, yes, sir. I tell you.
I don't think that. Look, all the teachers there at Poly were no joke.
Most definitely.
Look, I'll tell you this funny story. So I was in my senior year, and I usually had to catch two buses to get to Poly. So catch the number 7 to the number 22 or 44. And so this one day I ended up walking where I would have had to caught the 7, and I got to Cold Spring, and there were about 5 buses that was in service that passed by. They didn't pick up nobody. So I said, well, I think I'm just going to have to walk. And then I started to jog from the top of Cold Spring up at Cold Spring and Ricerstown. So I'm running and stopping and running, man, sweating coming down my face. And I get to homeroom and the bell rung right before I got into my seat. And my teacher said, detention. I said, I just ran to school. She said, I don't care. Detention.
Oh, you can't. This is elevation. Miss
Ashford.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my goodness.
You remember my name, huh?
Man.
This is elevation.
I remember her name.
Overtime now. We're overtime. This reminds me of a story where I was actually making fun of someone in detention, a friend of mine, and by the time I looked around, the door closed, and there was a big guy in a 3-piece suit came in and started talking. So I was always told never to walk past the person that I was, speaking. So I went and sat down like I was in detention. I thought it was detention, but guess what it was?
What?
It was an interview. It was an interview for a job, and the person that was there, because that's what happened at Poly, because it was such a prestigious school that government agencies and high prolific private companies would come in to recruit talent while they were in high school and at the great Polytechnic Institute. So guess whose employer was?
Who?
The FBI.
Wow.
And so I began my first odyssey of my first job right out of high school.
Wow. Yeah. Words just can't speak about what Poly does.
Isn't that amazing?
It really is. It really is.
Most definitely.
Certainly prepared us for life.
Most definitely. So that's for sure. That's for sure. to be winners on the gridiron, winners in the basketball court, winners in the boardroom, winners in the community, winners behind the keyboards, winners in the pulpit. Good God Almighty!
Yeah,
I tell you.
yeah.
I tell you. That's what and let me shout out in memory of my mother who fought hard, real hard, to get me from Garrison Junior High School to the great POLY Institute, and I made it by 1 point. And she worked with the guidance counselor, and they found at 1 point to get me in there. And I was in the last course they had. It was the the T course? That's what it was.
Yep.
And so I was the first of my family to ever go to POLY. And so she's gone now, but I thank her for her diligence to send me to a school of excellency. Now, I knew nothing about math because I got lost in those algorithm classes. Calculus. I was like, oh my God, what's going on here? What has happened? They said I saw my test grade. They saw my test grade too. They said, what had happened?
Well, I certainly want to make a quick shout out to Coach Ricky Mason. When I played sports up at the C.C. Jackson Recreation Center, he said to me, I'm a junior, so he says, Junie Fields, he says, you look like a poly man. I said, what's a poly man? He said, a poly man is good in the classroom, and he's great on the field. He said, you look like that kind of a guy. And he was the guy who influenced me to go to poly. And he was a poly grad.
Oh, he recognized.
Coach Ricky Mason. Yeah.
Greatness recognized greatness. And on that note, then actually after that, there's nothing that can be said that we have successfully completed what we successfully have attempted to do, and that's to raise the bar, to expose and elevate what the greatness which is POLY, BPI forever, and the great Mr. Willie world famous Fields, and the success level of all graduates of Polytechnic Institute, which is the greatest school in not just Baltimore but America. And so there is no other beside that, and no city person has called in, so therefore they are as like a default in the game. You didn't show up. It's like they normally do on the gridiron. They don't show up. So yeah, I banned them from calling in. I could not call in to this show. So that's the way it is, and I'm going to send it to every city graduate that I know of. First, starting with John Gregory Graham. I'm going to send it to him. Matter of fact, for anybody listening to this program and you graduate from Poly, let's just send every Poly mail or anything that Poly does for victory, send it to John Gregory Graham on Facebook. Single him out because he's a city grad. Bum. Yeah. I know, and we don't normally get along anyway. He was on this program before. But if I had known he was a city grad, I might have thought twice about it. Yeah. Anyway, well, Willie, I thank you, sir, for your time and your talent, and thank you for what you do for the city of Baltimore. You represent as well as you travel around the globe doing music, and you're an entrepreneur and an independent pioneer of music and a Poly grad. We thank you, sir, and you're also my friend. And you're also going to hopefully be on my album, be on my CD when I do it. And that's more power. All right, listen, it's been real. I just want to. We've had a lot of fun here today. Probably some might say too much fun, but just want you to know that you can actually have fun and actually enjoy yourself and smile and laugh because it's necessary. Because laughter works good medicine, and humor heals the heart. Sometimes when your heart is hurting, you must have humor to heal it. And so I will leave you with this thought, that he that dwelleth in the secret place of the Most High shall abide under the shadow of the Almighty. You should say to him, he is my God and Savior. a refuge. Let God be your refuge. Let Jesus, the Christ, the Christos, the Adonai, be your refuge in this pandemic time with these crazy politicians. Let let Jesus be your refuge. All right, Willie, be safe, my friend. And
All right, God
call
bless.
you Willie World Conqueror. Take care. and God bless you, sir. All right.
God bless you too.